Today on the Mike O'Mara Show.
I do want to see the ending.
Oh, there we go. Maybe you didn't dislike
You got
Well, I didn't say I disliked it.
you got some socks left?
Yeah.
Oh, God, please. No, don't respond.
Compression
don't
socks.
respond.
Oh, that's got to be painful.
It's really not bad.
On more than one occasion, I have had to stop myself from being witty and funny. And I know you're going to make a joke in a second.
Not at all.
Mac, what do you think about this show? Do you applaud Mike's dive into the tech world for his perversions?
Not necessarily.
Okay, but you don't judge him.
No.
No.
Was
okay.
your favorite part of today's show when you spoke?
All that and more. The Mike O'Mara Show starts now. Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
You know, sometimes my lack of savvy when it comes to technology is really frustrating. And just as simple a thing as trying to locate a program with this world of streaming. As you know, I cut the cord from DirecTV.
Yes.
Although that's satellite, so really cutting a cord, well, whatever.
Mike, I think it is still cutting the cord because it's the cord from the box to your television.
So the YouTube TV is my go-to. I watch all my live networks on it now, and that's and football and all that good stuff.
You watch
and
your
then,
on it.
I watch my 8 seconds. Yeah, see if they can stay on. And by the way, who needs that hockey helmet? All right, wear the cowboy hat, you wuss.
That's what you did back in the day.
So the show concludes. We taped late yesterday.
Yes.
Oscar had some business meetings, so we taped late. And as soon as the show was over, I had the house to myself because my wife had taken my son to football practice, and I was delighted because he said, no waiting. I can have a protein bar,
Good
sit
to go.
down,
Yeah.
and take in Naked Attraction, the new British game show on Max. And for the life of me, I could not track it down, find it, read enough articles about the controversy, but nobody, should it not be, if you had that kind of controversial, topical, viral program, don't you think you'd lead with it? You'd put
Mike,
it on your homepage?
I watched about 15 or 20 minutes of episode
I'm not
1
asking
last
that.
night.
I'm asking, how did you find it?
It was under new ads on the front page of it. But I also
Are you on
think
the app or are you going through YouTube?
YouTube TV, and then I went on the
app.
website.
Yeah.
That's strange because I find there's two things. This is true for Paramount Plus and Max, formerly known as HBO.
Right.
They spent so much money on the content. It seems like this fantastic publicity machine for the actual shows when they debut.
Right.
But their UX and the experience that you have on both those apps through a television is absolutely dog crap.
What is a
And
UX?
so many are.
User experience.
Okay, very good. Thank
so
you.
many are.
Hulu is the worst as far as that goes.
But Hulu's not.
They don't make you search for stuff.
And they're not beating us over the head.
You're right. You're absolutely
Handmaid's Tale, and then I moved on.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe one or two others. But when you've got a, Paramount Plus, which is Taylor Sheridan land, that looked like you were taking a potion when you knocked that back.
Chobani Complete.
He's rocking the protein
20
this morning.
grams of protein.
Oh, protein's good for you. Not energy drink. That's good. I'm glad to see
Well, he's got a Celsius,
Now
of
it's the
course.
energy drink.
Jonah
chaser.
Hill, Noah Hill, Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill's favorite energy drink. Celsius.
I like to
Getting
think
back
of
to it.
Celsius and Flow Rider, who I think, I'm almost positive, $98 million Celsius had to pay Flow Rider
Flow Rider
in a settlement because he endorsed the product early on, and they try to, squeeze him out of what he's owed. And then
Celsius, it comes down to, it's just like our friends at Liquid IV. When it comes down to any beverage, it comes down to flavor, and Celsius absolutely blows people out of the water with their flavor.
If Liquid
profile.
IV could carbonate some of their drinks, which I'm sure we can figure out sometime soon how to do.
Yeah.
But we're on the same page.
So,
I just need
But
them.
if
The
Liquid IV
Florida
did
thing.
that, I probably wouldn't be drinking it at a 95-degree day on a golf course.
True.
I probably wouldn't be
No,
drinking
it's more of a cocktail when something's
carbonated beverage. So that you're carbonated for an energy drink is a different story. But let me get back to
I'm sorry.
what we were talking about, because it was
Max
I'm
and
just,
Sheridan
I'm
and Paramount.
searching, and you're saying maybe YouTube TV mucked it up?
No,
Because it was
I'm
an
saying
add-on
I'm
for
saying
me.
Max
itself
is a disaster to find stuff.
It is.
And so is Paramount Plus. Those are the two
I
go-tos.
agree with you. I agree with you.
On Max, Mike, did you know there is a whole subcategory on Max for Turner Classic Movies that I had to find accidentally?
That's fine with me because
No, but
that's
I'm
not
saying
very
that's a
popular.
niche show.
Yes,
That's
a
your
niche station.
Well, no,
I'm talking about something. Well, hold on. I'm talking about something that everybody's going to be talking about, which is this British show.
Netflix throws it in your face.
Oh, you can't escape it.
Like, think about this, America. You're paying for something, and I know we're spoiled, and we're wondering, hey, why do you have to make it harder? And maybe it's on us. There are greater things to worry about in this world.
Yes.
But you would think that a legacy company like HBO,
Home
now
box
Max,
office.
would know how to do this.
Yeah. Don't we need our diversions now more than ever?
More than
don't
ever.
we really?
Yeah.
Right.
But it was on their front page, but it seems almost like they're a little ashamed of it because it was down like 5 rows.
Well, maybe it's not, family programming.
Well,
of
there's
course.
a very very strongly worded disclaimer.
What's
at
it
the
called?
front.
Naked dating?
Naked attraction.
Naked attraction.
And did you, Mike? Did you at any point access HBO Max or Max just on your TV as a smart TV function?
No, because I got it through YouTube.
Yeah, you can just
Okay.
go right through it.
And it doesn't allow you to search. Like you have searched the word naked?
And that gives me Naked and Afraid 5,652 times. I'm on YouTube TV. I put a Naked Attraction. I get nothing.
Oh, here we go.
Nothing.
Was quietly added to Max streaming service last week. Quietly.
Uh-huh.
All right. What possible, with all your experience and my experience
Yes,
and Rob's experience
yes.
with broadcast executives, quietly? What? This is where you suck, guys.
Well, Mike,
this is what
they're
I don't
playing
care. I don't
both
wanna be
sides of the coin.
judged.
They're playing both sides of the coin.
They are.
add it quietly because it is very racy, but then the publicity machine that
I know,
can't
we're part of it.
necessarily
Maybe we're the rubes.
can't necessarily be traced back to the execs is all over it. Variety and the Hollywood Reporter and all that stuff.
If you can find Real Sex 17 faster than Brutal Attraction or Naked Attraction,
Naked Attraction.
Brutal Attraction is a different show.
then, that's a problem.
Was Real Sex 17 your favorite one?
Well, I just remember that was the naughty show on HBO.
Very naughty.
So I'm on the computer now, and I'm lost. I added it to my YouTube TV, and I can't access what I added.
Maybe you have
to
child. Do you have child protective
No,
services on?
I don't think that's it, because I got plenty of the other nasty stuff that they have on here.
What
so
other stuff do they have?
It's
there?
hard. Well, I'm in it right now, and I'm just trying
Any
to get
Emmanuel's?
Emmanuel in Space.
Man,
She didn't. You know what she was? An astronaut.
I think the issue
oh
is,
look at this guy.
This
What's
guy-
your
hold
name?
on, we
Oh,
have a
hi.
voice.
Hi.
I think the
Mac.
issue is that these aren't new episodes, so it wouldn't be airing on HBO. They're only put on the app.
Yeah.
So
well,
if they're
this-
not on HBO, they're not going to end up on YouTube TV.
well, let's just be clear first. It's called Max now.
Yes.
Hold on. What are you saying about YouTube TV?
They're not new episodes, so they wouldn't be put on TV, which means
But
they wouldn't
YouTube TV
He's the-
asked me, and I purchased a free 4-month add-on to YouTube TV.
be of
Yes, Oscar.
HBO.
No, I'm Max.
Max.
is
Of
what
Max,
I added
okay.
on.
Yeah.
Okay. Mac.
Yes.
Describe in your own words what you think Max is.
It's a streaming application
Okay. For what?
for the HBO and Discovery.
It originally was called HBO Max.
It's an
Yes.
HBO streaming application.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So that's what Mike is using to try to find the show.
but I don't think you would be able to see it through the YouTube TV app. I think you have to go through the Max app.
Okay, but this is actually great because Mac is not wrong. If you just have YouTube TV and you have HBO as like a channel,
Yeah.
I agree with you. But on YouTube TV, they push you to buy the full Max package. So you are interfacing with Max.
All right, and I'll give you the example. Right now, I go to, I don't know how I got there because it's so convoluted.
Yes.
But I'm looking at YouTube TV, membership, billing.
Yes.
I'm on membership right now.
Okay.
And it has
You're a
base
member.
plan, NFL Sunday ticket, and then right below that, Max.
Max, yeah.
And two of the things I have say manage. Max has cancel. And so obviously I have
You're
it if it
subscribed.
says cancel. I'm subscribed.
Yes.
So, but there's no way to click on it or see what I've got or do
Do you
that.
have an option to upgrade to Max Hard?
What was that? What did he say? What?
Do you have an option to upgrade to Max Hard?
No. Max Hard.
Did you understand what he said?
It was funnier the way I heard it the first time.
Yes.
It sounded like he said, do you have an option to upgrade to Max Hard?
That's
yeah,
what
that's what I
heard.
said.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is Max Hard?
Because
Is that a dirtier site?
Yeah, I mean that's what you would assume.
Oh,
it was, if they had
I
different
just
tiers.
all I want to do is I want to get it.
Maybe he had
And,
Max Basic.
I don't think it's Max Basic. Stop it. You're really pissing me off. Let's see.
It's called Max Soft.
This is.
But there's no way to access my
Can
app.
I tell you how I can tell you how I feel.
Do you have YouTube TV?
Yes.
Did you access Max on YouTube TV?
Yes.
Okay.
No problem.
I'm
Full
I'm
suite.
all ears.
This is like when I was younger and the internet was just starting out and
Yeah.
my father was just trying to figure things out.
Right.
This is what I would feel like when I'd go into his browser and he'd have like the sun topless, like, you know, what the European rags, like
Sure.
hello.
Yeah.
And he'd be like,
Oscar is mocking me for my pursuit of nudity.
yeah, but it was funny because like a bloodhound, you are like, I'm going to take every portion of not today's show, but of this morning and figure out what went wrong because I want it when I want it, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
Exactly.
And
You have more energy towards this right now than you did towards the Sunday ticket.
but he doesn't have any, we're for his friends. He has no other outlet. He can't ask his wife to help him find this.
No, you're right. You're right.
He can't ask his
they
son
were
to
not
help him
around,
find
and I
this.
just wanted to peek because
Yeah.
I'll probably do
Who
exactly
doesn't wanna
what Rob
peek?
did.
We all
yeah,
wanna
Rob, you
peek.
are not allowed to say anything yet.
Not a
all
word.
right?
Not a
I know
word.
you want
Tonight, it's better it didn't happen because tonight I will
Rob
watch
already
it.
gave me. Rob already gave me his tell.
Well, he doesn't
I
like.
watched
He
it.
doesn't.
I watched it for 10 minutes.
He doesn't
said.
like anything fun. It was probably off-putting and judgmental.
No,
We'll love it.
No.
Nope, I don't.
Zip
On this particular, I just.
But your
want,
read could be wrong, is all I'm saying. Remember,
All
we
right.
had a late night last night, and I was
Okay.
ready to go to bed.
Okay,
That was it.
All right.
Now, once you get it, can
Call
you
me.
watch?
Call me when you're at the house. You probably should watch in your garage. No one needs to watch this with you.
Yeah.
Call me
Or on a
after
park
the show.
bench.
And we can find it together.
Because I'm taking a valuable showtime talking about
Well,
this.
I just like
understand.
no. It's a level of like, all right, dude, we get it. You want to see it? We get it.
Yeah.
We all want to see it.
And
But
once
we're your friends, and because my dad would always be like, "When are you going to get it up?" When I was younger, right? He's like, "When are you going to get the page up?" And
Well,
I said,
that might have been the question you wanted to ask your dad.
Look
yes,
out.
yes.
Bada bing.
I'd like a brother. No,
Well, anyway, I'm out of it.
brother.
yeah, I did.
All right, I hear you,
I do.
Oscar.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're the boss.
And Mike,
no, I'm not the boss.
No,
I'm just
yes,
saying
you are.
you sound like an old perv. You're like,
I
guys,
know.
help me find
I
this.
know. I know. I am an old
I
perv.
can't find this.
I'm not an old perv. I'm just a normal, curious guy.
You're just
What
man,
happens
flesh
to
and
be
blood.
older?
once
Flesh
you
and
get
blood.
full access to Max, then you can watch Real Sex 17.
Yeah,
You look, Real Sex 17, I have no interest in.
it's
Max
a good
Hard.
song. Max Hard.
But
Mac, what do you think
It's,
about this show?
This
No, our show right here.
Our
like,
show?
Like you're listening
This
to this show.
episode,
Like,
yeah.
does this? Are you all like you're uncomfortable?
I'm not
what do you think?
uncomfortable. No.
Do you applaud Mike's dive into the tech world for his perversions?
Not necessarily.
Okay, but you don't judge him.
No.
No.
Was
okay.
your favorite part of today's show when you spoke?
He's like, it always is.
oh god, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I can't even.
Well,
get
you're
like,
also look. You're talking to someone in a younger, like 20 years ago. That when adult programming was free, I was so obsessed with HD on any level that
Yeah.
I paid for adult programming, a subscription
Because
I
it was
for
HD.
the HD.
Yeah.
I,
I
can
understand,
care about
Bruce.
4K. Like I don't care about that, but back then it was important.
Well, if you go far enough back, Mike, I remember trying to watch Super TV through the scramble.
I did too. I
Yeah.
told that story.
Yeah, of course.
That's my
yeah.
story. That's
No,
not your
no,
story.
we
That's
all
my
did that,
story.
not
But
you.
Mike, you had Super TV.
My story. You've adopted it. You've commandeered my story. I did a whole segment on that.
Mike,
that
I did
was
it
looking
too.
at the scramble of a Super TV. That's mine.
As a rule, I thought you had Super TV.
You had the
I
satellite
had
dish.
Super TV, and I didn't have the adult programming.
Okay. Well, then maybe I should just say I concur with you in the fact that we all tried it. Channel 54.
Okay. All right.
That was
that's
over
fine.
the air?
Yeah, and you had a super unscrambling antenna.
That's so creepy.
You could hear it. The audio was fine.
Yeah.
I won't duplicate that. But.
And when you watched it, they ran the Channel 54 jingle over and over again.
Can
And
I be honest with you? I am fascinated because I've never heard on any real, well, perhaps adult services that I'm not aware of, but of any like mainstream game show that would incorporate frontal nudity, and it just fascinates
you're
me. And I'm
forgetting
not a prude, you know.
Like-
People are so judgmental about content, and I think if somebody's willing to go, because what does it come down to in the dating world? It comes down to attraction, the laws of attraction.
There you are.
When you grow with someone, you find at a certain what.
When you grow.
I
It's
feel
just funny.
sometimes like these subjects you should not be included
Then
because you seem to be, your behavior is very strange sometimes about it. I'm trying to express
I
He's trying
the
to be
reason.
sensual in his speech.
No, I'm
Is
not
he?
trying to
I
be.
don't know.
Both of you, listen to me.
Yes.
I'm saying this is new territory.
It is.
That we've gotten this from the Brits. And I think I am somebody who believes in letting grown-ups be grown-ups. And it, to me, if somebody is willing to go on one of these shows and do this, it's right there. It's in your face. And it's like people allowing themselves to be exposed like this, and it's their choice. And I think it's interesting because at the beginning of a relationship, that is, whether we like it or not, one of the primary motivating factors is attraction.
And that's the angle they say. They say they're turning the dating world in reverse.
Well, this is also true, Mike, if you really think about it, this is true in life. Like the first time someone sees you and, they're judging you. They're judging you what they see.
Right.
And this is in the world, and, in relationships, in business, anything. Like, does that person keep themselves together? Like, what are they dressed like? Are they out of shape? Like, are they slobs? Whatever it may be.
Exactly.
So I get the fascination, and I'm with you. Like, the only thing that kept me from that yesterday was the morning show because I didn't want Shannon to ruin it for me.
Oh, because she's ahead of you?
Yeah, because she's watched everything. And you guys were right about the morning show. I just, I'm only on the second episode that was done. Watched. I'm caught up on Billions, which please can you just like limp to the end. And then. But this show is on my list, and I get the idea, the fact that people are willing to objectify themselves. What's the prize? Is the question.
To me,
Love?
A shirt.
There's a lot of stuff
shirt.
about, kids are going to. What kind of parenting do we have out there? I mean, do you think Carla and I are going to? Carla, I am absolutely eviscerated if I have a movie that may have. Programming that's not appropriate for kids on, and Carla breaks my wrist because sometimes I'll be asleep at the wheel and I won't be paying attention.
Right.
So when you're talking about content like this, I just don't see it. It's parenting. It's not the idea of the content. If I want to watch something like this when my kid goes to sleep, I just think we continue to be so hypocritical in society with sexual content. We just do. The biggest money makers online are still adult content websites, and adult content programming it's what people are curious about. We have been for years, but yet we go through this quietly loaded. I just find it absurd. I think I'm fat, and I don't care who thinks I'm a perv if I'm trying to watch this show. I am curious because it's something I've never seen.
I don't think you're a pervert.
No.
I think the calories spent on finding this program
Yes. That sort of separates
is
you.
a bit odd.
Yeah.
But the
But
calories are because I watched my morning show, although there was a nice new episode of Morning Show last night, but Carla went Betty by.
Uh-huh.
I knocked out my latest conquest, which is an older show, Mayor of Kingstown.
Great.
And I was ready.
Great show. I've seen
great
it.
Show. Guy
Great
show.
effing show.
Carla's
Yes.
absolutely right when she says
Yeah,
it's a dude
definitely
show.
a guy show. I
All
like
dudes.
the idea of somebody like running an entire criminal empire out of a
Yep.
cooler. That fascinates me.
Yeah,
it's
I
great.
guess I
And
would
that
like
guy,
it.
by the
You
way,
would hate
British
it,
actor that plays the head of the Crips, absolute brilliant actor.
Yeah, he is.
Absolutely phenomenal dynamic between him and Jeremy Renner. So if you haven't seen it, but I mean, that's an old show.
When you
for,
go back
Taylor.
to the power of the adult entertainment industry just sort of lurking under the mainstream,
Yeah.
people need to remember that it was the adult entertainment industry that killed the Betamax machine and tape because they chose to go with VHS. And then later they chose to go with Blu-ray, which killed HD DVDs. They were both competitors at the time until the adult entertainment went with one direction, and that's what killed the other guy. So they
Well, what
have the
killed
power.
Harry
everything was
Styles?
online. It was online.
Well, no, but I'm talking about throughout history, Mike. I mean, they've had the power for a long time.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with HBO?
Because Mike is talking about how we are
We're not prudes.
We're hypocritical in the fact that, you know, we have to hide or we're ashamed of looking at something
The way
like
it's
this.
covered is
Yeah.
hypocritical.
Oh, yeah.
When
Yeah.
you're talking
About the power of the industry.
controversy and whether they'll keep it on and all this stuff, I want to see how they do it. And if it's crappy the way they do it, I'm not interested. It's not just the
You
the
have,
element
you have
of
your
of-
producer's eyes.
well, no, I mean, I like, for example, when I'm looking at any kind of adult content, there's some that absolutely repels me. That others might consider mainstream, but it grosses me out.
Right.
And I want model perfect people, and I want model perfect production values, and anything other than that.
And-
Why am I wasting my time? Just to see a naked body, and that's the same way I feel about this show. But my curiosity, because it's a mainstream kind of presentation, is what drove me to it.
Mhm.
And, if there happens, and also the real element of this is to see the quality of people that participate.
Mhm.
Because if it is as Rob loves to reference, real sex, those are usually not people that I would want to see in a state
And
of
you have
undress.
Can I give you some background?
Oh,
What's
look at
that?
this guy.
There he is.
Can
Yeah.
I give you some background on the show? Because I've seen a few episodes before this was ever on HBO.
Oh, what you?
Okay, hold on.
I've known about this.
BBC?
No, Channel 4, a different publicly owned channel in the UK.
Actually, Mike, they use the phrase BBC on this show.
And you obviously can access Channel 4 here in the States.
No, you can't.
So
can't-
what, did you
oh.
take a trip?
I had to use a VPN, which basically makes it masked so my computer is in the UK.
We got it. Oscar, we have to keep some
We need to
eyes
take
on
a
this
deeper
guy.
background check. on
We
this
have to
kid.
do we have to vet. We have to vet.
You use a VPN to watch international programming on Netflix.
International porn.
No, it's not available on Netflix. Netflix, you can't. They block it if you try and use a
Okay.
VPN.
So-
But
I love
yes,
Michael
I've used a
McIntosh.
VPN to try and watch specifically Channel 4 shows in the UK
Why?
because there's a few shows on that channel that I really liked. It's not an adult an adult centric channel.
Right.
It's
a
Channel
regular
4
channel
in the
with
UK.
programming.
When
right?
he says Channel 4, am I the only one that's thinking of like Doreen Gensler?
That's who I think about.
That's essentially there's
By the way,
news,
that is the
there's the
local,
Great British Bake Off, and there's Naked Attraction.
Okay.
Makes no
All right.
sense.
And the greatest, but Naked Attraction, would I be
Doreen.
correct in assuming we're
Doreen.
talking a mainstream presentation, right?
Yes.
And like
game
most
show.
of Europe, it
Yes.
is. I mean, England has lax restrictions on what they can show on broadcast
Correct.
television. Right. Okay.
Yes.
How did you hear about it to go looking for it and to create this false identity?
So it was just like a YouTube thing where I was watching like a YouTube gaming kind of thing, watching people play games, and someone on there just talked about they went to the UK and there's a show just on television where everybody's butt naked. I'm like, let's look at this. And I did.
And well, I don't see. I want to make my own conclusion.
And Oscar-
I
Can
want,
I
that's
can
what I
just
want.
2 seconds?
Yeah.
here?
A lot of calories here, Oscar.
Jesus Christ.
Calories burned. I
Hey,
enjoy that.
So we left off at just look at it, and you did. How many seasons did you take a gander at this programming for?
I took a look at like 3 episodes,
Okay.
4 episodes.
All right. Is that because you ran out of lotion and stopped the season?
Stop
what happened?
it.
No.
That is gross. God. Stop
Why
it.
did you stop?
Because it wasn't interesting.
It wasn't cool anymore.
No.
Do you still have the VPN
I don't,
just
I mean,
in case?
Mike doesn't want me to give anything away.
Well, he can put
If you're
earmuffs
gonna
on.
hire a hooker, would you please let me get you a good one?
I can spoil.
Don't spoil
No,
anything.
I don't want you
Don't
to.
ruin
Okay,
it.
then I won't.
But I mean, you have thoughts on it. Obviously, we're all going to talk about
Okay,
this
out of
when
5,
everybody.
well, out of
Oscar,
a-
you haven't seen it
I'm
yet,
just gonna-
right?
just he can give us a scale.
Well,
he can give us a scale of 5. Okay.
I'll just say
Out of
this.
5 being the best, 5 tube socks being the best. How many tube socks do you give it?
So nasty. That is so disgusting.
I don't really. I mean, as a standalone show, like 2.
Okay.
So it's
2.
the presentation
It's-
sucks. Rob, you
it's-
agree?
From what that is a very dead-on recommendation.
Okay.
I
Now we
believe.
can
get
be
it.
the judge. Now we can be the
And
judge.
Now
I'll
we will
also
be.
say-
Yeah,
enough,
because
enough, Mac.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
fair
it.
enough.
Yeah. So,
Fair enough.
We will. I
Yes.
will try to somehow manage to view this and and see what I think.
And I will
we'll move
also
on from that.
complete an episode tonight to see if it changes my opinion. So
Well,
we
I mean,
can
but I
discuss
mean,
it tomorrow.
no, you don't have to do that. Don't waste your time because I think if you agree with Mac.
Well, I want to see
and,
the
you know,
ending.
don't-
I do want to see the ending.
Oh, there we go. There we go. You want to see the ending?
Sure.
So maybe you didn't dislike.
you got
Well, I didn't say I disliked it.
you got some socks left.
Yeah.
Oh God, please no! Don't respond.
Compression
Don't
socks.
respond.
Oh, that's got to be painful.
It's really
but
not
anywho.
bad.
Anybody that's ever worn compression socks is dying right now.
By the way, all right. By show of hands, who's worn compression socks?
I'm wearing them right now.
Well, I used to wear
Are
them.
you really wearing them right now?
Sure. I wear them every day.
I used to wear them
Oh.
by accident as a kid because I would run out of dress socks and steal my dad's, and then I'd be walking around the halls of my private school saying, "Man, my calves are so tight."
Yeah.
And
You
then,
know,
and then my
th-
dad would be like, "Why are you stealing my compression socks?"
It's a great segue for this because I have to tell you down here.
Yeah.
And all right, I want to say this delicately. If I get out of line, please get me back into line
We
so I
shall.
don't get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble about this. But there are categories of people that that I know Oscar has done this. I have done this, where you put them in the category of giving up, right? Where they've given up. And look, I don't expect old people, unless you live in the villages in Florida, to be out there on the prowl all the time.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, I have mad respect for people that are in their later years that don't mind presenting themselves in a put together and nice way where they don't, they haven't given up, right? They haven't given up with present. What falls into the category of women who, in my opinion, have given up is usually the way that the hair is presented and the way that certain outfits are presented, where you can look and go, oh, well, this person doesn't care.
Right.
And I've seen everything from, from the hair being unkempt with a sloppy outfit to wearing what appears to be a nightgown out on the street.
Mm-hmm.
And, and that's it. With guys, one of the biggest tells for old men when I go, oh, well, they are compression socks being worn with shorts,
Okay.
which are so nasty to look at.
I've never
And
gone
it's
that
just-
far, Mike.
Well,
I don't do
they're
that.
all over the place
Yeah.
down here. And that to me is somebody that's like, hey, look, they are interested in running out the timer and, running out the clock and being done, because it's like, why? Really? If you have compression socks on and you're wearing shorts, you're telling everybody, I'm advertising my ill health and I want to show you my knee socks that are obviously, because there's nothing attractive about compression socks.
May I ask,
Nothing.
what
Yes.
do compression socks do?
They keep the blood flow. I had them after I got cut on for my hips
Yes.
because I had a clot.
Yeah,
And
you
blood
almost
clotting-
died.
Blood clotting is the primary reason I think that they're used.
Also,
blood
Mike,
clots.
for swelling, to keep swelling down.
In your case,
Well,
that's
it is.
what-
I
That
mean,
actually
that's
is true. Yeah.
That's why I'm on the Lasix.
right.
like a racehorse, and the compression socks.
All right. So that's it. But you don't wear them with shorts, do you?
No.
Have you ever worn them with shorts?
Never.
Good.
I detest the way that looks.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So it brings me to what I've been trying to talk about for a couple of days here. The categories. I listed and created on my own the categories of old men. What I think I'll become, what I aspire to become, but I've categorized old men.
So will you say that you are not yet in any of these categories?
Not necessarily true. I think you guys will jump right on it.
All right.
Category 1
Yes.
is the category I probably occasionally fall into, which is curmudgeon. I've been a curmudgeon probably since I've been in my 30s.
Okay.
I've been curmudgeon-y, but that is the type of guy that is down here, and there's really nothing that's going to make this person happy.
Right.
There's really nothing, at least publicly happy.
Would you call them prickly?
Yeah, prickly would be the case. There was a guy that had a hole-in-one at Happy Valley.
Okay.
And
Are you okay, Oscar?
everybody.
Why wouldn't you be happy? Yeah.
Because in our money game, for the first time, and they were doing this to bust chops. I know they were. But these old guys that have known each other much longer than I've known any of them,
right,
decided that the rule used to be, you get a hole-in-one, you get all the money for the skins. Now, skins is the best shot on a hole. It's a game.
Right.
Anybody who knows golf knows what a skins game is. They used to publicize it on TV. You have the best hole of the day, you get it, and you get. Well, the rule used to be that you get the whole pot.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, no, you have to validate, which means you have to get a par or better on the next hole to validate your hole-in-one. It's never been done before.
So
Are
funny.
you effing kidding me?
Now, and I knew for a fact that this 78-year-old man, maybe 74, had never had one before. But and so they did that, and he couldn't get by the fact that he didn't get the moolah for it.
Well, I'd be upset as well.
Yeah, but the thing is,
that's not prickly. That's unjust.
But the reason it was done is because of the prickly nature, because they knew that it was cruel.
See,
I had nothing to do with it.
I love that they did that.
I had nothing to do with it, and it's kind of like it's a guy that is always kind of in a salty mood.
Okay. Yeah.
And I fall into that category.
Was he a good golfer? Was the hole-in-one his first?
Good. Yeah, it was his first.
Okay.
Really amazing that it was based on his ability.
And just to clarify here, it's almost impossible to get a hole-in-one. So when you get one, that's a celebration.
Yeah.
If you decide,
you would think.
If you decide to put cash on this skins to win game, whatever you guys want to play,
it's not called skins to win.
Then
it's fine.
You should get the pot.
Yeah, but it was done because of because it was this guy. I am simply saying that if it had been me, and I was at that age, and it was the first one I ever got, I would laugh it off simply because I thought it was ball. And we're not talking about big money here.
No.
Okay, we're talking about a few dollars, and and the thing about it was, it worked. It worked because like a half an hour later, it was a Friday. I was having a couple of adult beverages with my mates, and he came over to sit and was just still angry.
Sorry,
like really angry. Like really angry.
Is
like,
the tradition that he had? Did he have to pay for drinks too?
No.
Okay, well that's something.
That's everybody that pays into the same.
Still, just
I think it's funny. You know what?
It was funny, but
can I give you a better equation? Just in my eyes, because maybe I'm not a golfer, and I'll just be like,
it'd be good if you could bring an analogy.
I'll give you an analogy.
Similar.
My mom is a curmudgeon now. She just is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she gets upset about the baggage fee that she knows is coming. She knows it's coming. She knows, and she knows, by the way, Tio Oscar is paying for.
Right.
Right? We're on the way to Boston. I don't want to get her near the machine at all because she's going to see we pay for bags now. It's not 1980 and it's not Eastern Airlines anymore.
Right.
So she's like, ¿Qué es eso? Which is, what's that? I said, oh, we got to pay for bags now. Like, she goes, ¿Por qué? Like, why? Like, indignant.
She's just going through the exercise.
She's just pissed to bitch, and she knows it's going to happen.
And she wants to.
Yes, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, why are you making a scene? This kiosk isn't going to give you any feedback. It's just me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would, and I hate to bring the golf, but you know what I do.
I get it.
I'm the same way with slow play. There is nothing.
You have none patience
There
for
is
it.
nothing that's going to change what's happening. Nothing. Nothing in my power, nothing in anybody's power that's going to change. And I have to stop. In fact, I am going to go full Zen the next time because it's absolutely counterproductive. And I can't do it anymore. But I bitch just to bitch, and it's got to be unpleasant to be around.
Yeah.
Although, in the case of most recently, everybody was complaining about the same thing.
No,
but it doesn't do any good.
You're like, I don't know. For some reason, it's okay when you yell at us inside your house or your domicile or on the show. Well, it's not necessarily okay. It's just, we're just used to it.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to do it as
you've been
much.
a lot better the last 3 days.
Thank you.
So but your overall disposition in public is great.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like you are not, unless it's an event that people are there to see you. If it's like a different event that's not about you, you are awesome.
Okay. All
so
right.
I could see you acting that way at a golf course where it's not about you. It's about everybody there.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice. I'll accept that. And I think that's
You have decorum.
valued.
Yeah,
I have decorum.
Yes.
And
you
but the
can correct
curmudgeon-
your path, though, Mike. You don't
I
have
can
to
correct
end
my
up.
path, and I don't. And I'm telling you very clearly, as I age,
Yes.
I don't. I would love to veer away to a certain degree. I know I won't be able to accomplish it all from the curmudgeon. Don't want to end up there. Want to still be able to laugh at a joke.
You are
Want
so
to still
much
be able
better
to.
at not even just, if I may give you a compliment.
Thank you.
You in fifth gear when we're doing the show is like, and by fifth gear I mean like, not even characters, just like witty, funny, go, awesome. And that slip into your sixth gear, because Mike's clutch has 6 gears, sports car. When you get angry, is like it just erases the fun parts.
I agree. And I'm
Right?
very mindful of that
Yeah.
lately. I really am. I've been thinking about it a lot.
Did you hear that compliment, Mike?
It was near the back wrist.
It was very much so.
You know
It was
what
bad.
I
You had to
mean?
kind of, it's a little spot at the end of the back of the hand, which is right there at
I
the...
almost
have to
wrote down on a piece of paper that said, "This is not going to be a compliment."
I
sealed it in an envelope
yesterday,
and mailed
I
it
hear
to myself.
Shannon
Well, it's
laugh.
very-
Let me give you a compliment.
Yes.
Shannon is cackling so much upstairs last night that I run upstairs and I'm like, what's so funny? And she's watching you with the Ryobi fan over and over and over and over again. And she's got those noise-canceling headphones, so she doesn't realize how loud she's being.
Sure.
Oh, God bless her.
And I'm like,
it's a
I was
mutual
like, you
admiration
know,
society.
Mike. Like, this is
Yes.
what he does. She goes, it's so funny. And I'm like, this is,
She's-
you know.
Look, I like many people in my, it's a mutual admiration. I like that she makes me laugh, and I'm glad that I'm able to
That
do that with her.
was a compliment.
Thank you. The next one is
Yes.
the silent type. We have those down here. The silent type is really communication is not necessary in their minds because it's just not necessary. And they are, in my humble opinion, people I choose to avoid more than the curmudgeons. Curmudgeons give it to you all out there on their sleeve, so you can, they wear their heart on their sleeve. The silent type is just like, why are you here, right? Participate a little bit.
May
That's
I
it.
may I
Yeah.
ask you a leading question?
Sure.
The silent senior citizen,
Yes.
are they often paired with a very over-the-top ebullient wife?
Doesn't matter. It's random.
Oh, it
It's,
is random.
It's
Okay.
random. So
because I would think
but-
maybe they were beaten down.
No, but it's just kind of like, you get a little of the, and
Yeah.
gotta go. That kind of just very little participation.
Yeah.
If you are over 70 and you're quiet and the silent type, and this goes for everybody, I feel like you're hiding from the Nuremberg tribunals.
You've done something awful.
You've done something so awful.
I don't know.
You don't want people to know
You
that
have to be older than
you
70.
used to be in Germany,
Yeah.
and then you moved to Argentina.
And somebody will identify on your street.
Yes.
It's him.
Yeah.
It's him.
Like in the show Hunters, Mike.
But they're quiet and there's just nothing there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a quiet young guy too. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing. The second to last one is the not funny man. Now the not
God,
funny
yes.
man is loud, has something to say about everything, is a little edgy or thinks they're a little edgy, always has something to say. And that annoys me as well. That's not what I want to be.
That's a sign of desperation.
It's it's just what they are, and they've gotten away with it.
No. It's complete. Well, they've gotten away with it. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On more than one occasion, I have had to stop myself from being witty and funny. And I know you're going to make a joke in a second.
Not at all.
And because it's easy when you're outside of this room. Because you're like, oh, I'm going to murder with this joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a little off color, but I'm going to just kill.
Right.
And as you grow up and you realize that not everything is TMOS land and not everybody has a sense of humor, you have to like fight
Yeah.
to just shut up
Yeah, because it's
and
there.
listen.
And you're trained.
Yes.
Your brain is trained
Like
that
less
way to
is
immediate.
more.
Yeah.
Less is more. Less is more. Less is more. Less is
I
more.
find myself doing that more now than I've ever done it before.
My
I
father's.
find myself pulling back and just shutting up because it's like I got a 50-50 chance. that I'm
Throughout
not
business school, when finally, the general walked in and said, "My God, this entire time," because one of my classmates was a general in the Army. He's retiring. His wife listened to the show. She knew the Mike O'Mara show,
Right.
and she said, "I can't believe you haven't mentioned Oscar Santana." And he's looking at his like full layout of the composite of the class, and she's like, "There's an Oscar Ceballos." And she goes, "That's Oscar Santana." And it said next to there, more broadcasting, Mike O'Mara. She goes, "That's him. That's the stage name Santana." And she goes, he dresses and acts like a banker. He doesn't talk to anybody when he's in there.
Win.
Yeah.
I thought that was a win.
It is a win.
Right?
It is a win. And you don't do it. I find myself occasionally, giving them show mic out there. It's usually with a voice, with a funny
So,
voice.
but that
I do.
slays. I mean, man or woman, like I'm throwing you my boxers or my panties. You're so funny when you do that.
That's true. It's very
I
true.
did. I called one of the older guys I'm playing with the other day, Russian Machine, and I started doing and the guy next to me goes, "That's better than John Malkovich." And I went, "You've made my day. I don't care what I shoot today. You've made my day." He is machine that hit ball in middle of fairway every single time. And the guy next to me is laughing. The guy hitting it's laughing, and I kept doing it a little
Here's
bit.
why you're not part of that category though, because you said it's the unfunny funny guy.
Yeah,
and
loud,
and it's funny.
loud,
Yeah.
and they're not funny lines.
Like when they
dad's
say, "That's what she said."
Yeah, something like that. My dad's oldest brother was a pre-war baby, so he was significantly older than my dad's three other brothers. And he was a salesman. To the day he died, he was a salesman. And he had no off switch as far as bad salesman-like joke patter, and it drove us crazy.
And that changes dramatically if the individual is funny.
He
And
was
if
not funny.
Well, that's the difference.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not funny, loud, da-da-da-da, and it's just, there's nothing there. It's just like, hey, if your wife sees you doing that, you're going to na-na-na. And it's like, shut up. And I've been with a funny man.
Right.
With a guy that knew every joke and would tell me a joke almost every time I would see him. He had the funniest joke for when he got sick, and he had to leave and come back and have some procedures done. And I said to him, "Hey, man, you look great." He said, "Well, how did I put it to him?" I said, "I haven't seen you in a while, and you look great." He said, "Well, it's better to be seen than to be viewed." And it was just
That's so
subtle,
classic.
funny. And the final category, because we're running out of time here, and this is what I aspire to as an old man, and what I hope that I can even do a little bit of, but I don't think I'll be successful. And I think you'll agree. It is the life is great guy, and the life is great guy is just happy to be out there, happy to be enjoying life, happy to be with people. It's just super positive. It's phony. It's phony. If he goes home to his wife and he doesn't say 3 words, I don't see it. But in public, this person is just upbeat and just doesn't get phased. Doesn't get phased
I would
by
bet
anything.
that if they are like that in public, I would bet they would be like that all the time.
I would think so. I would
You know
think
who's
so.
like that? And
Who's
I've
that?
heard enough people from behind the scenes, especially
I
at
think I know
ESPN.
who you're going to say.
Tony Reale. From Around the Horn, the host of
Okay. All right.
of Around the Horn on ESPN.
I was going to say Pat McAfee.
Everybody probably no.
No.
You don't think he's a happy guy? It might
No,
be.
I do
But
not.
Tony Reale,
He's a guy with
literally,
issues.
everyone has said to a man,
Mm-hmm.
And this is like this. I'm not even prompting this. Like they're mad how nice he is and how happy he
is.
And
it's natural.
It's natural.
Yeah.
You can't necessarily change your stripes, but you can aspire to incorporate certain things. So, my goal with the bookends there to move away from curmudgeon to, happy with life, great guy, life is great. And there are moments in my life when I realize it. And usually when I'm, at one point over the weekend, Carla was walking by. I said, "Come here," and she sat down on the throne, the marital chair, and then my son crawled over on top of us, and the three of us were just hanging out for about 5 minutes. And I said, "Can it get?" It can't. There's nothing
at any point
improves on this.
Did she put a mirror under your nose?
We have. Thank you. Very good. And that's why you are the funny man, and that works for me. That's why we've hung out together for a number of decades.
God. I shall try to endeavor to remain funny.
Yeah, very good. And we will take a little break. When we come back, we got the round table, including some good news and some not so good news. When we return on the Mike O'Mara Show. If you're looking for a new way to transition from on to off, we've got it for you. After that tough work day, this won't leave you with a hangover or feeling groggy in the morning. Enter Dadgrass if you want to do that. The federally legal CBD joints that feel like having a glass or two of wine, but you're not drinking, 3 bottles of wine.
Right.
Dadgrass. It's legal. It's organic. It's smokable hemp that relaxes your body and it mellows you out. They're 100% organic pre-rolled joints, have low THC, high CBD. You can enjoy the effects of cannabis while keeping a clear head, and it relaxes you. And if you're not looking to toke, they also have tinctures, gummies that are fantastic, and they're great. All the mellow goodness, but you don't need to smoke. They all leave you in a euphoric mood. All Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the U.S. Plus, it is TSA approved. Right now, Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off their first order when you go to dadgrass.com/TMOS. That's dadgrass.com/TMOS for 20% off your first order. Dadgrass.com/TMOS. And thank you, Dadgrass. Release that thing. Kraken. There it is.
It's cracking open.
How about that? How about that, huh? How about that?
That's our curmudgeonly Kraken, Mike.
Yeah, sorry. Let's start. Thank you, Rob. We start today with the 148-day writer's strike, the second longest in Writers Guild of America history. It will conclude 12:01 Pacific time today, thanks to a vote from the Guild leadership that officially authorized some of the 11,500 members to return to work, tasks that for months were prohibited by strike rules, pitching, selling scripts, taking meetings, responding to notes. They'll be sanctioned while writers' rooms can reconvene. I am very happy. We're not all the way there yet because the actors have to be taken care of as well, but we will see. The quote is, "This allows writers to return to work during the ratification process, but does not affect the membership's right to make a final determination on contract approval." So everybody's got to be giving approval. The WGA negotiating committee stated after its West Board and WGA East Council voted unanimously to lift the restraining order. That means it's going to go through.
Yeah.
And everybody that I'm listening to and reading about says this is a pretty great deal for them.
But a question, let's say they say that this is going to mean the return of the late night talk shows, your Fallon and Jimmy's and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
right away.
But are they not the host? Are they not considered actors?
No.
Not at all?
No.
So they're not part of AFTRA?
That would be scripted television series, probably.
Okay, so they will be able to do that. How about Saturday Night Live? Because I heard Lorne say that they can come back if their host is like an athlete or someone out of the acting business.
They'll work around it.
That's interesting because I wouldn't think the cast would
I was going to
apply.
say the cast would almost have to be AFTRA, right?
Yeah, and I think you will probably, to my knowledge and everything I've read about this, the stickier wicket was the idea of the writers.
Yeah, so
because
the
there's
actors
a
will
lot
probably
more
follow.
development.
Yeah.
There's a lot more pitching. Whereas acting, you got somebody, they did a show.
Yeah.
It's more concrete, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how quickly this moves it. And I'm looking for that. I was looking for that today to see where it is with AFTRA, the union I happen to be in. So, I mean, I'd like to see what's going on.
from HBO,
Oh yeah, I got a check
That's
during
after.
the strike.
You're
yeah.
after it.
right?
I got a check during the strike. It was it literally cost more to mail it than it did for the check.
Well, those are minimal residuals, which
Yeah.
is legit if you have a bit part. You did not have a bit part, and that should be more. I actually got more way back when
Well,
for Babylon 5 because it was a broadcast entity that I got than you got from
I got 2 or 3
yours.
big checks up front,
Okay.
Really?
now-
What
yeah.
kind of big checks?
like a couple thousand.
Damn.
Yeah, and they paid me well to do the show as well. I mean, it was
What was that?
I think it was $5,500 for the day.
Holy yes.
Yeah, it
Good.
was.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
it
So
was-
about 10 grand for the whole process?
It was truly an amazing
That's
experience.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
What was the character's name again?
It was Lester the DJ.
Lester the
on
DJ.
Z88.7, wasn't it?
With the cap.
Yeah, with the hat
cap.
and the fancy pants.
Ever since Barbie came out, the movie, there's been a trend, of course there has, on TikTok of adults filming themselves picking out and buying Barbie dolls for themselves. Here we go, America.
Picking.
It's basically, I hate this word. I hate the word emotional support. It's for emotional support
Okay, yeah.
and to fulfill their inner child. Americans, we fulfill our inner child more than any culture on the planet.
Your father
don't-
called it years ago.
Yes, absolutely. The dumbing of America
Uh-huh.
is what it is. People are also buying them for loved ones who might not have had one as a kid. I
So
mean, really.
just horrible.
According to a psychology professor, this is a good thing and can have positive mental health effects. They say it can prevent depression and build optimism and confidence.
Maybe I should get
Blah,
one.
Blah, blah, blah. You want one? How about a G.I. Joe?
Couldn't hurt.
That would be better for you.
Were either of your daughters into Barbies?
Well, no. They really,
Julia
really
wasn't
weren't.
either.
I
So-
got them Barbies. I bought a lot of Barbies for my daughters when
Yeah.
they were younger, and I bought them. What the hell were they? Bratz.
Yes.
Bratz. They like Bratz too. So the answer to your question, I was wrong when I answered you first. Yes, I did buy a lot
Okay.
of Barbies for them.
Julia
They
had
a lot of
no
them.
interest in that. The only thing she did, and she still collects it to this day, it's weird, no interest in those like glamorous dolls, but she collects the Barbie Christmas ornaments every year.
What about the Pikachus? Those are like kind of little dolls, right?
Yeah, but she never, that was more Robert. That was more
Really?
Robert than her. Yeah, she was busy hacking computers.
Do you all, and maybe I know I missed this, and I know we talked about the overall, what are they called? The trading cards, but also the VR game that we walked around searching for.
Where you were capturing stuff. What was that called?
The kids have it. The trading
Pokemon
cards.
Go?
Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it was an
Pokemon
app
Go
where you
cards.
could go capture them. Yeah.
Did I I had Pogs, these milk caps. Oh my
Yeah.
god, such a loser. But did you ever, Mike?
Yeah.
Collect Pokemon cards with your kids? Trading
I have
cards.
never, because I'm an older dad, and even with my daughters, they weren't into it.
Okay.
So with my son, I stay out on I'll play Madden with him.
Yes.
I will go through his football cards and enjoy every minute, but the whole Pokemon thing lost on me. I have nothing to do
Mike,
with it.
when you played Madden with your son, you actually played as Madden, didn't you?
It was incredible. I did my Frank Caliendo, who does the greatest Madden. This is terrific. Yeah.
I didn't collect anything with Robert. I do, as you know, Mike, I come from a broken home.
Oh, here we go. That's always the qualifier.
So when I was little, I would collect baseball cards despite not knowing much about the sport because I knew someday they would be valuable.
Yes.
And I
When
still
I beat
have
the
them in a
crap out
box.
of Chad Ram is when he ripped up my Homer Jones football.
And
card.
it ruined collecting cards for you.
Yeah, yeah.
I kicked his ass right in front of his mother.
So one of these days I've got to
Wonderful.
get out my
So
cards and look at them.
I'm only
yeah.
asking because I feel like these Barbies, these ornaments,
Yeah.
even some Bratz dolls, the Pokemon trading cards. They have Pokemon skate decks now. They're the latest and greatest because they have a limited amount that are gold foiled. And they all come up on my feed. And I was like, do they have the wrong person? Or am I the one that missed out on this?
No, Oscar, it's the same thing that Carly gets when she's looking at watch ads
Okay,
all
got
day
it.
long
Yeah,
on her computer.
got it.
Yeah.
Somehow
They find you.
grab you. out
And,
of
then,
the
and you know
ether.
what? Every time it's a gold foil limited edition, you look.
Oh, I do.
You
I'm like,
got
I
to,
wonder
yeah.
if this guy got the gold deck.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
special. It's not lost on 80-year-old Mick Jagger that he won't be around forever, but that doesn't mean the Rolling Stones can't be. He says, quote, you can have a posthumous business now, can't you? You can have a posthumous tour. The technology has really moved on since the ABBA thing. He's talking about the ABBA Voyage concert in London, with holograms.
Right.
But the Stones won't be slowing down to holograms anytime soon.
Holograms.
I like call them holograms.
Holograms.
Tomorrow they're releasing a song called Sweet Sounds of Heaven featuring Lady Gaga and Stevie Wonder. It's from their album Hackney Diamonds, and that comes out October 20th. You got to be a little jacked about that.
I
with your
want to
man Stevie
hear it.
Wonder
I've
on
heard
there.
a couple cuts from it. I've not heard the Gaga and Stevie Wonder one yet, but it sounds like them. But deep down in my heart, I know it's not the Rolling Stones without Charlie Watts. That really bothers me. He plays on a couple cuts on this album, but I think, they've had a rotating lineup for many, many years.
Who is drumming for the Stones on this tour?
For years, they used Steve Jordan for a while. I don't know who's
Max
drumming
Weinberg.
Not Max Weinberg.
But a good choice, though. It
Yeah.
would be a perfect choice.
He could
I
definitely
think.
He's
do it.
alive, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
He's
But
alive. Thank you very much.
I wonder that this bringing in the guest stars, if it's not gimmicky a little bit.
Well,
I
they
would have
gotta
loved.
feed their families, man.
They can feed their families fine.
All I know, Rob, is if Mick Jagger bows to the audience like this, where he bows with his
Yes.
hands and then he gives himself a hug, then
He'll
we've
never
got
do
problems.
that.
He's got
That's
2
the
years.
Tony Bennett
Yeah.
thing that you got there.
They should have retired after their blues album 3 years ago because it was
People
strong.
are talking about something called the girlfriend effect on social media. The idea is that guys look hotter when they're taken. The videos going viral are simple. A woman shows photos of her boyfriend before and after they got together. The implication is the guys get a glow up because their ladies are helping them with a fashion tips and grooming. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe guys get a boost of confidence from being in a relationship. Of course they do. Or they make a stronger effort to look sharp. That said, most of the videos that aren't convincing, most of the videos aren't that convincing.
I see.
The remedial reader said. In one, the boyfriend is good looking, both before and after, and in the older pics, he looks more like a teenager, while he looks more like a mature young man in the now pics.
Ooh, this is tough.
I thought the
I
taken
got
effect.
uglier after I married Shannon.
Mhm.
I just can say that. Like I let
Right.
myself go, and then the pandemic hit. Then I got in the car accident, and I stopped working out.
Yeah.
Now
That's what does it for most men.
I look back at. If you look on our TikTok at Michael Mara Show, at Michael Mara Show, please subscribe, and our Instagram, especially Instagram at Michael Mara Show.
You look kind of dreamy in Medellin, I'll tell you
Oh,
that.
I look so much better now. But,
Yes.
well, again, losing almost 30 pounds, that helps. Thank you. But let me tell you, Shannon I don't think she's noticed. That's the craziest part. The one that you should care about, not everybody else, but your wife.
She notices.
No, let me be honest here. I had said that when I lost 50 pounds, I would shave my beard off, and you guys were a witness to that.
Sure.
And, it was soul crushing, and it still is, that when I shaved the beard off after my 50 plus, almost 60 pound weight
A
loss,
transformation.
Mrs. O'Mara said, "Oh, grow it back."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a real happy day.
Yeah,
for me
maybe we're
right
the
there.
shallow ones. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't really care.
I would say that right now, in the history of the show, we are at our averages. We are all the best looking we've been.
God bless you. Right
Yes.
back at you,
Yeah.
Rob Spiewak.
Yes.
I think so.
Absolutely.
We must
Finally
have been
today,
really ugly.
a Florida.
Old.
What am I doing with Florida?
Florida.
A Florida man.
Do they have holograms?
Polygram. A
Pikachu
Florida man
holograms?
is recovering after being attacked by a rabbit otter.
Otter.
The Florida Department of Health confirmed
You got
that
one
the-
of those?
that the animal tested positive for rabies.
Oh, rabies.
Yeah, the rabies got him. Joseph Scaglione said he was feeding the birds in his backyard last week when suddenly they scattered. Now, listen, we have video down here. I should have gotten it to Mac, but I didn't have time. Right before I came in here, I saw it was on the local news down
Right.
here. Here's the quote from Mr. Scaglione. Hey, I looked up. I looked up and I looked back down. There was a brown head sticking over the bank of the pond. And at first, I don't know what an otter. It was an otter. I realized it was an otter. The man said he tried to back away, but the otter pounced and tripped Scaglione. He was bitten on his legs, hands, and arms 41 times.
41 times?
You know what he said?
What?
My pinky got it the worst. The little bastard hung on to my pinky finger. That's it. Puncture wounds. I ain't sure if it goes right through or whatever. Hey, one's on the corner where the cuticle was.
Oh, I
Come
hate a
on.
cuticle bite from an otter.
Scaglione eventually tossed the otter away and made it to safety. The otter later crossed paths with a couple on a walk with their baby, and their dog attacked the otter, and then the otter attacked the pup.
Yeah.
The otter was immediately given a low-level clerical job in the DeSantis administration. So there we go.
Mike,
Funny guy, it's not really funny. What?
any reports on Pinto or Pluto?
Hey, Brother Pinto, Brother Pluto. All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back. I want to talk dogs right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Dogs, because everybody loves a canine. Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? Of course it is. Proper functional hydration is essential. Liquid IV is our fave. It's the #1 powdered hydration brand in America. Their hydration multiplier is the best. Use it first thing in the morning before a workout, when you feel run down in the afternoon, after a night out with friends, or on long flights. Just one stick. You can hydrate 2 times faster than water alone, plus get essential vitamins and 3 times the electrolytes as leading sports drinks. Liquid IV comes in 12 yummy flavors to keep your hydration routine exciting. Feel amazing while making a global impact. Liquid IV has donated 39 million servings across 50 countries. Join me and choose Liquid IV for a revitalizing and world-changing hydration experience. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off anything when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com. All right, so I would like to make a statement regarding dogs. We went to our friend's house the other night, and they had what they told us was a very expensive canine referred to as, I believe it is a Bernedoodle, which is a Bernese mountain dog.
Gorgeous.
And,
I bet it is a beautiful dog.
Gorgeous.
All right,
throw it up, Mac. Bernedoodle.
Show a Bernedoodle. There are lots of pictures of them. They're Bernedoodles, Dalmadoodles, Aussie Poos, Labradoodles, Schnoodles, Newfie Poo, Cockapoo, Pomapoo, Weimerdoodle. All right, enough with the doodles, all right? I've had just about, I'd like to point out.
Yes.
There's a fine breed of dog out there, and it is called the poodle. And one of the best breeds of dog in the world. I've owned one before. I had a standard poodle, and I've had a miniature poodle. And I think the poodles are just getting short shrift when it comes to the world of dogs. Why do we have to overbreed these wonderful dogs with other dogs just because those dogs don't have the presence of mind to not shed on a couch? Okay?
Now,
Give me a
Mike,
break, please.
If I am understanding this correctly, the poodle, both small and big, they are non-allergenic. So that's
hypoallergenic.
Okay, and also one of the smartest breeds out there.
The standard poodle, you won't find many smarter dogs.
But you have to admit, they're cursed, especially the standard poodle, with not having a very good-looking face. It's angular.
Bastard.
Well, I'm
That
sorry.
is horrible. That is not
Can you bring
true.
up a standard poodle, Mac?
But
I've looked up.
Yes.
This is. Remember, I think I probably told you guys that I met someone at a dog park, and I saw a Bernedoodle, and maybe I didn't give you the species. It was a medium Bernedoodle,
Okay.
and and the Bernedoodle got along so well with Santos.
Yeah.
I was like, well, if we're not going to have a kid, and I'm shooting blanks, and it's like it's what the
add a Bernedoodle to your repertoire.
It's a Burning Man in my my testicles. There's nothing there.
Right. One cheese sandwich.
Yes, just a bunch of mud and
it was
nothing.
Firefly, Mike.
So nasty.
The Fire Festival.
So it's
Keep that up there, Mac. I want to show Oscar what a beautiful
asked
dog is.
This lady, I said, "Do you mind asking your husband where you got this dog?" And I mentioned in passing, and even mentioned the Bernedoodle.
She doesn't
on the show.
know.
She's I don't know. So her husband figured it out.
Okay.
And in Spanish, I'm talking to her.
Oh, okay.
And I said, and as soon as I mentioned something on the show, thank you, Sam Rem. He was kind enough to say, adopt a dog, right?
Yeah.
And you're right. There's so many dogs out there that need homes.
Yeah.
Save a dog.
And
so I talked to Shannon. I said,
yes.
hey, this lady wrote back about this breeder. And she's like, look, if we get another dog, I just want to adopt the dog and maybe like we can give them a better home.
So you're not going to go with a designer breed?
Not yet.
Okay.
And
All right.
probably not because there's
By
so
the
many
way,
dogs available.
I have to
be
say,
saved.
the Bernedoodle that I was interacting with the other night, there's a beautiful standard in back
This
here right now.
dog looks possessed. Hellraiser 7.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at this dog.
That
And
is
also, look
not
at that-
true.
that
They're
face.
beautiful.
They're
beautiful.
that. Look at those ears. They
By the way,
scream.
if you didn't do up the dog like people do with those stupid haircuts, you'd have a pretty normal-looking animal if you just let it grow its hair out. You really would.
It's too like a
I heard
greyhound nose. I don't
Poodles
like
are
it.
yappers.
They're not yappers. They're smart. You can train them easily. I'm going to say the Bernedoodle and Santos, the Golden Doodle, they're wonderful dogs.
Well,
And they're
Santos is a
wonderful
wonderful dog and very trainable. I've even taught him a trick.
Well, I just want you to know that the really niceness of all these
The
hounds
sweetness.
Yeah.
is the poodle. It's coming
Oh,
from
I didn't
the
know
poodle.
that. I didn't know that.
It's coming from the poodle.
I thought poodles were mean.
I know that like a regular golden retriever, my sister had a couple of them and would just constantly. I watched multiple family gatherings where the dog would jump up and clean out a whole tray of food that was getting ready. That kind of crap that you have. But look, standard poodles. It's not just the allergy factor. They're great. And this dog, this Bernedoodle, was the sweetest animal I have ever seen. But don't forget where they come from. All right.
This
They
one
come
looks
from the
like Mike.
poodle.
This one looks like it's waiting for his chance to kill a baby.
You're horrible. You're
Yeah,
horrible.
the
I hate
dingo
it.
ate
That's
my
it.
baby.
My 2 cents. Dingo ate my baby.
The poodle ate my baby.
A water burn baby.
Oh, Mike, that is true. That
Hi,
hot
Caddy.
water does burn baby.
I Caddy up in heaven. Caddy, my family's dog when I was a baby. When I was an infant, wheeled me. My dad trained it to wheel me in the carriage, get up on its hind legs, and it'd like to lean on the carriage and run me down the street.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
Right off
And
the
then my-
ledge.
Right into
And then,
traffic.
no, my dad would have another cigarette. It was always a chance for him to do something cute in the neighborhood and smoke. That's the way. We'll be right back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
Cute and smoke.
What memories do you wish you could relive?
Relieve.
It's the turnaround. It's the quick turnaround. If I'm trying to like create an excuse.
Phew.
What memories do you wish you could relive? Or pass down to your
Yeah,
kids?
like Caddy. You would love to relive that.
I would. Well, I was an infant, so I don't remember a lot of it. but I
That's
have
why you
pictures.
need to relive it. That's
I
why.
have pictures, and I could, I could bring the picture to Legacy Box, and they could save it for me.
Digitally,
Are your memories
yeah.
trapped on VHS tapes, film reels, film negatives? We've got the perfect solution. It's Legacy Box. Legacy Box is the simple, safe solution for digitizing all your family's precious memories. And by going to legacybox.com/TMOS, you can enjoy. This is a great discount, folks. 40% off when you get started with Legacy Box today. They digitize over 15 different types of analog media. So whether it's VHS tapes, Super 8mm film reels, or photo negatives, they've got you covered. After 10 years in the business, Legacy Box is the world's largest digitizer. They've helped over 1 million families relive their wedding days, their Christmases, road trips. They got it all. Go to legacybox.com/TMOS to save 40%. Buy today. Set it in when you're ready. Go to legacybox.com/TMOS, legacybox.com/TMOS. So I hope you get my message about the poods, okay? Really.
I
just
bet
wanna-
there is probably a poodle rescue site where if you wanted to rescue a dog, you could find a poodle.
there's probably Poodle Rescue.
Linus came from a German Shepherd rescue site, and then we ran the because we got him when he was 10 weeks old, and we ran the doggy DNA, and he had everything but German Shepherd in him. So
That's good. Well, and he's a pretty dog.
he's a wonderful dog.
Oscar got me excited today when he came in. One of the first things he said to me, how much money is too much money for a TV? And listen, I'm a dude. Sorry. I don't want to make it sexist or anything like that, but let's be honest. You rolled out to your Costco on the weekend. It's dudes standing in front of those big screen TVs. That's what we like. And
Even
the
if
more,
you
the
don't have a
merrier.
chance of buying one, don't you always look and price
I love them.
every time?
They put them in the front. I love
Yes.
them. I got a giant one here that I'm using like 50% of the
Yes.
screen, but I've got it
Yeah.
in here because it's there.
Because they're not expensive. It depends on what you need. If you're a picture snob, you realize quickly. For example, I this is like the third effing TV I've purchased for my parents because they don't care and they're blind, but I care when I walk in. And if I'm going to spend every effing Sunday there staring at La Voz, the voice in Spanish, at least I want to see some picture.
You just got them one.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
All right.
I mean, I got the wrong size, if you recall. Now there's a gap between that because I thought it was. I bought 70. I thought 70 was enough.
Yeah.
It was 75. What it was there?
I got to
before.
go 75 then. Yeah.
Oh, they had a 75 before.
Yes.
Did you buy that one too?
For $600 in a Black Friday sale, and it lasted a year, and that was about it.
Oh, because it was crap.
Well, yeah, because my mom's
right.
like,
You could rent one that
she
cheap.
said, she called, she's like, tu papá dice de que está nublado la tele, which is, your dad says the TV's cloudy. and I thought they messed something up. I'm like, they just have the settings wrong. So I reset the picture, and then after 3 hours on the phone with Samsung, and then finally the guy on the phone was like, sir, technically this is a discount television. The fact that you got a year and a half out of this is pretty impressive.
That coming from Samsung?
Yeah, because I was like, why would you sell something like this? He's like, these aren't really meant to be used for over X amount of months. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, no. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, TV's fun.
So,
I love shopping for them. I love
There
buying
is a
them.
new trend, and
Yes.
you'll see more of this. And I don't have the exact application, and maybe because I have a skinny house, I always think of maximizing space.
Yeah.
We've all seen the paper thin TVs that are OLEDs.
Yeah.
Still pretty expensive.
Yep.
I haven't had those iterations in my life for OLEDs. They're very fragile. Fine.
But you can put them on your wall with thumbtacks, which is nice.
It's very impressive.
exciting.
Yes.
And have the curves gone away?
The curves
curved
are,
TVs done?
yes, they're going away.
They were a failure.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Okay.
The
All right.
immersive TV. No, thank you. What about the transparent TV?
I'm not aware of this product.
So, and you'll see more of these in the next 2 years. You can get them now at a very high line. They're roughly $8,000, depending on the panel you're looking at.
Okay. Nope.
You can see through the TV.
That seems to be a disadvantage.
Well, it
Kind of
almo-
would
it almost
wreak havoc with the picture.
it almost looks like a hologram.
So it actually projects.
It's on
The image?
The image is on the screen, but you can choose a version of it of the image to see through the TV. So imagine you're like for my house, I have a dormant fireplace in the middle of that's holding up the house.
Yes, you tried to destroy it many
I
times.
tried to take it down.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to pay for an I-beam to go up, and I keep and the only reason I know about this is because the person that's looking at our house to do the remodeling said, you could keep the structure here and save $10,000 on this beam if you put one of those new transparent TVs right in the middle of the fireplace. And I said, well, let me look how much these things cost. I was like, the I-beam is cheaper, sir, after everything's said and done.
Yeah.
Will the picture, obviously, the picture will fill.
The screen.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because I don't get it.
Does it?
I don't get
does
it. I mean,
this
it's
one
going to
come
be.
out of a
Yeah,
thing?
it just pops up.
So,
And it's just
okay.
it's just a pane of
glass.
acrylic or
Yes.
something like that. But
And-
you see on the other side of it.
Yes.
Right?
Are there pixels within the lucite?
Yes.
But they're not in such a way that you can't see through them. So if you were to, let's take Oscar's apartment or his house as an example. The actual base unit would sit where the fireplace is open.
Yes.
It would cover that.
Correct.
And then you would just see the nice brickwork.
Yes.
And then when you want to watch TV, boom, you hit on.
It comes up.
The
fills
panel
that,
comes
fills
up.
that whole television.
Television. Wow.
Otherwise, I have natural light shooting through the TV. Again, I'm not going to do this.
or you could leave it shut and it's still.
You're good to go.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
And it's expensive.
It's
as well.
not going to happen because we'd rather get an I-beam and not have a TV.
But $8,000, you know what? That's not prohibitive expensive like the fancy
You
TVs
could buy
in
a
the old days.
90-inch television for $8,000.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
I
Right?
love them.
Yes.
I got the wall for it.
You do
Yay,
have,
rah,
of
rah.
all people, you have the wall. Yes.
Yes, you do.
I do. And
For-
I've got the sound system that I back when I moved in here, back before I was broke.
And then
Those were the days.
as we go to this is what's great about living in Georgetown and actually not having like the people. And I hope you're listening. I don't know if you are. We are a normal family that bought the cheapest house on the block. If there's any renovations that are going to happen, it's going to be on the IKEA budget. And I'm saying this to the world. We walk outside and they're like, and this room should be very bright, just basically where the kitchen is.
Yeah.
the kitchen's gonna be bright because we want natural light because we live in what is a hovel right now. And I said, okay. They're like, you might want one of those Sunbright TVs. And I said, are those the outdoor televisions that have the bright nits that you can see in?
Yeah. People put them on their deck or their living room.
I would love to have a Sunbright TV.
I said, I think, sir, those are $5,000. And he's like, yeah, but it'll go right here. I'm like, no, yeah. Like,
yeah.
Do you see my floors? They've been like this for 5 years for a reason, sir.
Yeah, $5,000. And,
$5,000 for any TV, unless it's 100 inches, is a problem.
Yeah.
Are the Sunbrights all expensive like that?
$5,500 for a 55-inch, for 50-inch.
Is that a company, or do all the makers make a Sunbright style of television?
Samsung just came out with their own version of that.
Okay.
And they're supposed to be weather resistant. You can keep them outside.
Guaranteed for 14 months?
I just
wait till Black Friday.
Yes.
No, not going to get any of that. What really got me was this transparent TV, which I'd seen a little bit of in the past few years, but never on the market.
Mm-hmm.
I ask you, if money was not an object, would you have one of these out on your lanai?
Absolutely, for one main reason.
What's that?
You can actually, when you're watching the news, you can see right through what Norah O'Donnell is wearing. Which is really, really exciting for me. You know, it would be really great. That's the anchor I picked, Rob. Rob liked the anchor
of all anchors,
right?
Mike, well
good.
Played.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Kind of cool looking, to be honest.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. I love the
play the lotto.
Screen.
Yes,
Why
we all
play the lotto.
If you don't play, you can't win.
Yeah. Do they have a winner yet? Anyway, we'll be right back.
Tonight's the drawing, I think.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. There's a touch of fall in the air. I just saw President Joe Biden. What's wrong with me today?
Biden.
I am really
2024.
Hey, there's a touch of fall in the air. I just saw President Joe Biden picketing to support candy corn. You know, there's a reason why broadcasters used to talk like that.
Why?
Because you can get through your copy. You know, look out, but it's nearly autumn.
You're buying some time there, Dave Kellogg.
And even the fall sun, you can burn up like a flippin' paint factory. No bueno. Beware. You need Derm Glow. They've got the scoop on Sun Guide, the most epic sunscreen in town. And that's not all. Derm Glow's got the whole kit for your skin's A-game. Swing by in person or hop on a virtual skin consultation. She was doing one last night. Trust me, the transformation is unreal. Hit up DermGlowSkin.com and discover what you've been missing. Lightning fast shipping, global delivery, and afterpay for your ease. And make up your mind, opt for an e-gift card. And be sure to tell them that presidential little brother and national embarrassment Billy Carter sent you. Remember, Billy sold beer, received cash from Libya, endorsed peanut liquor, owned a gas station, and once urinated in an airport runway. On an airport runway. In full view of the press and various dignitaries. But he knew how to look his best while drinking a half-gallon of vodka a day. He relied on Carla O'Mara at Derm Glow, who might not have been born yet. Be even smarter than Billy Carter. You got to Derm Glow. You got to Derm Glow it. Jesus, O'Mara out. About 3 lines of that commercial that actually sell anything, Shecky.
Hello.
My God.
The flip side.
I had forgotten that Billy Carter took money from Libya.
Billy Carter got money from Libya and urinated on a tarmac.
That's right. And peanut liquor.
Right.
This is fascinating to me. I love the movie Airplane. I saw it in the theater. It was a game changer for me because it was when the parody motion picture was more rare, and I'd never seen anything like it. It was very, very funny to me. Also, at the same time they were making Airplane, I didn't know that David Letterman had a pushy agent that got him an audition for Airplane, and I further didn't know that the audition exists on video.
Oh, yeah.
And
This is Letterman auditioning for Airplane.
Yeah, he showed it on his show many years ago, but I have never seen it. And he said they asked him why he didn't get the role. He said, "Oh, it's simple. He couldn't act."
Ted, we got a telegram this morning from headquarters.
Headquarters? What is it?
It's a big building where the officers meet. But that's not important right now. You're taking all the blame for what happened on that raid was a pretty courageous thing to do.
Was it? Because of my mistake, 6 men didn't come back from that raid.
7. Lieutenant Zip died this morning. Dr. Chandler says you'll be out in a week. Isn't that wonderful?
Wish I could say the same thing for George Zip.
Ted, be patient. No one expects you to get over this immediately. I found a wonderful little apartment for us. It has a brick fireplace and a cute little bedroom with mirrors on the ceiling.
It's the one.
What's wrong with him?
It's Lieutenant Hurwitz, severe shell shock. He thinks he's Ethel Merman.
You'll be swell. You'll be great.
Anyway, so that's Letterman's audition.
He's so awful.
He's really,
It's
really
like he
bad.
doesn't want to be there.
It's like he doesn't want to be there.
He
So
kind of
when-
gave that impression that his agent made him do it,
He was terrible in Cabin Boy, too.
but he
right?
was terrible kind of on purpose, I think. You want to buy a monkey?
He was being Letterman the whole way.
At the top of his Letterman game. All right, also, Mike, I know you are a big Red Hot Chili Peppers fan.
Yes.
And pardon me, I love a YouTube site called There I Ruined It, where they take songs and sort of shuffle them around. We've played their stuff before.
I like that.
This is their take on what a Red Hot Chili Peppers song sounds like to someone who is not a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. So I think they've sort of monkeyed with the melody, but listen to the lyrics. I think it's a hit. Oh, and they actually made it like a concert video of it with the actual Peppers. So it's funny. And it's closed caption for your enjoyment.
Come to a leaper with the peppermint bait, the chalupas in the refrigerator. A doorknob, California, buttermilk pancakes in my eyes. Stepped on a toe, broken Navajo code. Now it's time to reiterate California. I got a thumbtack on my nutsack, pies 3.1415. Hey, oh, I don't know what I said.
It's not unlike their work.
Leaves the list, I blow, got frisky with the buffalo. Hey,
Really kind of waters down the Chili Peppers, doesn't
It does, yeah.
It really does. Makes me embarrassed, but I like them
Well,
so
Mike,
much.
it is. It sounds like every Chili Peppers song you hear on the radio. And that's all I got for you today.
That's it. We got to get out of here. Go get yourself a Bernedoodle, Oscar. They're beautiful dogs, and the ones we saw were spectacular.
If I see one at a shelter.
They're wonderful. Yeah.
Probably.
It'll be a shelter made of gold. Anyway, we have to take a powder. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. Thank you, Mike McIntosh. Thank you, Pony Boy Matt Bloom. For Rob and Oscar, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
I'll recommend your services to anyone I know who has diabetes.